Okay, this is another example from 8F, section 5. This is number 15. I've already gone and symbolized the word problem here. Here's our first premises. Not W or A. If not S or E, then A. And we're supposed to prove S. Now, typically I've told you you want to work backwards from your conclusion and figure out how to get there. And so if you were to do that, you were to try to figure out, okay, what can give me S? Well, there's a lot of things. And another strategy we have is to see, can we find the conclusion hidden somewhere in the premises? And the answer is, well, yeah, we've got S in here. And so what we could try to do, and what I initially was thinking I would try to do, was to maybe try to get S and E somehow and break that out and then jailbreak S out of it. As I started to do that though, I just kind of saw something that we could do that would get us there immediately. Now, that's not very helpful to you for me to just see something, but let me tell you what it was I was seeing. I've told you before, you want to work backwards, but sometimes if you look at the premises and you see, hey look, there's some easy things that I can do here, that can suggest for you the right trail for how to connect the dots. Well, what did I see when I looked at these premises? Well, I saw, look, premise 1 here. It's not the case that either W or A. Now, De Morgan's laws tells me that that means not W and not A. Well, the not A, if A is not true, then I use modus tollens here and I know that all this is not true. I know that I can prove not all of this stuff. But if I can prove not S or E, then I've got S through a double negative. Let me show you how this works here. So first of all, we're going to apply De Morgan's to premise 1 and get not W and not A. Now, I want to isolate the not A so I can do my modus tollens. So I'm going to use the simplification rule here. And there I've got my not A. Now since I know not A, then I know I can apply modus tollens to both of these and get not all of this junk. So in other words, not all this. Now I'm home free, right? Because once I distribute this negative through all this, I'm going to have a double negative S. So for example, that, and then it's I simplify it to isolate the S that I want, and then with a double negative, I reduce that and I've got S. So what's the moral of this story? The moral of the story is start by with the conclusion and trying to work backwards, but also keep one eye on the premises and look for easy stuff you can do with it. The other moral of the story is that the better you know your rules, if you know them all by heart, the easier it's going to be for you to see what you can do with the rules. So knowing the rules makes all of this a lot easier, because then you'll just be very adept at applying them.